And I'd like to welcome in now Shakur Stevenson to the show. And for people who don't know, I'm involved in boxing now for I don't know how many years. And if someone asked me who's the best bet to be the next pound-for-pound #1 guy when given the chance, I'd put my money on Shakur. Shakur, you're going to fight for the junior lightweight title in Atlanta against Jamel Herring. You can watch the fight on ESPN and ESPN Plus starting at 10:30 Saturday night, everybody, if you're interested, and you should be. That's a long intro. How you doing, Shakur?
I feel good. I'm just getting mentally prepared for war, and I'm ready to put on the show.
Now, Jamel said that the talking you've been doing, that's you building the fight. How are you feeling about Jamel right now?
Now, I really don't care for him. I feel like he just got something that I want, and I feel like he's a champion and gotta respect him. But at the end of the day, I don't respect him in the ring, and every time I see him, I gotta let him know that I don't respect him. So, fight week coming up, and now it's time to let our fists do the talking.
Why don't you respect him? What don't you respect about Jamel?
I don't respect anybody I gotta fight. At the end of the day, it's a lonely sport. We boxers, we fighters, and I can't go in the ring respecting another fighter because at the end of the day, once you show respect, they feel like they got an advantage over you. Especially like with Jamel. Jamel is like one of them dudes who he go in the ring, he want to touch gloves and be friendly and be nice and get these guys that he be fighting to get them to respect him, and then he start to take over fights and beat them up. And I won't be one of them fighters.
I see. You're not saying you don't respect your opponent's fight game. You're saying you're not there to make friends. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm not here to make friends. At the end of the day, my life on the line, his life on the line. We got families to feed, and I take this very serious. So at the end of the day, I can't go in there, touch gloves, and be happy and be friendly with somebody that I got to beat up.
I got to say, Shakur, your life doesn't look like it's on the line when you box. Your opponent really does not hit you very much. Maybe it's because you have that mentality. But I look at a guy, before we get to Herring, back to Herring, I look at a guy like Navarrete, right? A really respected champion, moved up in weight class, and he's being lauded for an excellent win over Joet Gonzalez, a guy who you handled very easily. Do you feel that there is a fighter in or around, right now you're campaigning at 130, a fighter in or around your weight class who can put you in a good, close, tough fight?
I'm not sure. I can't say that. We gotta wait and see. With Navarrete, he did good with Joet, and he did what he's supposed to do. He did good with Chris Diaz. It looked like he's just fighting fighters that I fought before, so that's what Top Rank got him doing, and I guess probably they building up for a big fight. But as of right now, we focus on Jamel Herring. Like, Jamel Herring is my main focus. He's a champion. He got a belt. He defended his title. And if I don't go in there and handle business Saturday, none of that even matter. So I got to handle business first.
No, this is the issue with talking to a fighter like you before a fight. If I throw out Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia or Oscar Valdez, you're going to tell me Jamel Herring, as you should. That's who you're preparing for. So I won't yet, but let me ask you, let's getting back to Herring. What does he do that you have to respect, and how are you going to beat him?
I think he got a great team. I think his team, Bomac and Red and all them guys is going to prepare him tremendously to come in there and beat me. And I feel like that's really his main aspect. So I'm not just going against Jamel Herring October 23rd. I'm going against the mindset of Bomac and Red and all them guys part of Team Crawford. So I know he's bringing that. I know he's taller. He got longer arms. He's a southpaw just like me. At the end of the day, I know it's a tough task in front of me, but at the end of the day, I got to get the job done. So I fully prepared, and I'm going to be a lot sharper this fight than I was my last fight, and I can't wait.
Well, I can tell you someone else you're going against, in a way, is Shakur Stevenson, because the issue with fighters who dominate their opponents, they win every round like you do and rarely get hurt, or hit rather, is that they're fights turn into performances, right? Like if you're really showing up just to watch Shakur Stevenson do his thing, as opposed to someone like Tank Davis, very talented guy, but he's in good fights. He's getting hit. He's hitting the other guy. So usually a fighter like you needs a dance partner to bring out their highest level. Your stablemate, Teofimo Lopez, got Lomachenko, where he could show what he could do in a fight like that. Is that Jamel Herring? Can he bring out the best in you?
Yeah, I think that Jamel Herring might be that guy. I wouldn't know. We'll see Saturday, but just looking at his attributes, looking how hungry he is, and looking at the fighter that he is, it might make for an exciting fight. He might come in there and try to actually do something different than other opponents, and it might make for an exciting fight. And I might even, see me stand in the pocket a lot more and pick him apart right there in front of him. So, like I said, we'll see. We don't know fully, but we'll see October 23rd if he's that guy.
Is that something you're interested in doing as you get bigger? And in boxing, they call it like your man bones, right? Like as you get bigger and physically stronger, is that something you're interested in doing? Like Pernell Whitaker, one of my all-time favorites, would actually stand in front of the guy and punish him, whereas earlier in his career, he'd move around more and make him miss. And as he got a little older, he would stand in there and physically punish the guy from closer range. Are you interested in doing that, or does that still entail too much risk?
Not at all. I feel like at the end of the day, this fight, we're gonna go in there, we're gonna box him to death. Once he realizes that he can't box with me, we're gonna step inside and we're gonna beat him up. That's really the game plan with this guy. I don't really put game plans out there too much, but I got the game plan perfectly in my head, and I'm not gonna fail my own game plan. So we're gonna box him to death for the first few rounds, and then we're gonna go on the inside and tear him apart.
Now, I know it's your job just to focus on Jamel Herring, Shakur, but obviously it's my job to mention some other guys too, because you are a big favorite in this fight. So you can say whatever you want, but I'm going to throw the names out there. I get it. You're focused on the fight. I've been through this dance before with a lot of great fighters. Devin Haney, I mentioned him before, Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis even fighting in so many weight divisions, Oscar Valdez, Lomachenko. All these guys are still out there. Of everyone I just mentioned, you win against Herring. Your arm is raised. You are now the junior lightweight belt holder. Who would you want next in a perfect world?
In a perfect world, I would say Lomachenko.
Even though, I would love to see that fight. Two boxing masters. And unlike with Teofimo, there wouldn't be any this guy is naturally bigger, right?
Bigger,
but didn't Teo take the shine off Lomachenko a little by beating him? Wouldn't the criticism be, but Teo already got there? Why Lomachenko?
Mainly Lomachenko, just because I know how good of a fighter he is, and I know they kind of gave him a lot of excuses after that fight with Teofimo. They kind of said that he was too small to fight 135, and I'm at 130, and I'm gonna take over 130. So at the end of the day, Lomachenko will be a good fight for me at 130 pounds because of the fact that he dominated at 130. He was the man at 130. So I just feel like Lomachenko, that would be like a fun name to fight and to outdo Teofimo. Like I would want to not just beat him for the first 8 rounds. I would want to win 1 through 12 with Lomachenko and just to outshine Teofimo. That's all.
Sounds to me like Teofimo is the real answer to that question, but based on your Lomachenko answer, but and that would be amazing one day. Two tremendous fighters, you and Teo, and that whole weight area is shark-infested waters, and you are as good as it gets so far, Shakur. Good luck against Jamel. Appreciate talking to you, and I'm sure we'll talk soon.
Thank you, Max. Appreciate y'all.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.